Oh, good morning, good afternoon, good day. Back with the colony. We're back in oxygen not included. And I did actually feel very good to see you. I did play a little bit off stream, off camera, mostly like waiting for our metal refineries to make materials. Because now we have this wonderful, well-running steam room where we can deal with all the temperature and even get some energy out of it. And so I've been using that metal to basically redo part of the base, mostly the power. So we now have fancy large power transformers here. No, that's the one. All going then into conductive wire runs, basically everything on the left and going then through the base, everything kind of cleaned up. We got a little bit of old wire left here, but that's gonna go away as we get rid of this. This is the plan for the day. We're gonna repurpose this area here. What else I do? A little bit more cleanup down here, a little bit digging out of stuff, right? Oh yeah, because we have these, the new power line is no longer going along the ladder, so we're no longer getting negative core bombed going up the ladder. Except when we get up here. Instead, it goes here, and so I had to move the gas reservoirs over to the side. Also had to remove the entrance to this area. This is now up here, and we're doing a little bit of farming here in the cold biome with some picables and some megafrons, and we're making some berry sludge out of that. Yeah, in the brand new micro musher. Also, you might see that a lot of the stuff that was down here is gone. This is all taken out. We have a little bit left over here. Or rather, I moved this stuff up here because I wanted to kind of free this up, repurpose this. I don't know for what yet, but I want to repurpose this. So yeah, the plan for today is, get rid of this for now. We probably, like, 250 fiber is a lot, but it's not gonna last for an eternity. So we might have to start wrenching these again in the future, but for now, I think I just want to get out of this. I guess that's just what we're starting with. Oh yeah, and we got a virtual planetarium, which is so these data banks you get from analyzing geysers and volcanoes, and also from the POIs. If you press inspect, which I actually haven't done everywhere, they drop like these data banks, which you use for the next tier of research. I should probably go through and make sure I have all of this inspected, because that's actually. That is already inspected. What about this thing there? That's not inspected yet. Let's have a quick look through the planet here, where I had stuff. I'm assuming this. Yeah, this has been inspected. What about down here? That. Rummage through that. Even inspect that. I never used this thing. I'm actually not 100% sure what it's used for. This is all ready. Oh, we never inspected these things. Bunch of. Well, they all drop one data bank. It's not gonna make us data bank rich, but hey, that's one more than we had before. Oh yeah, one more thing I did. So this, oh, you're right, this one also. I thought since we already used it, must have been inspected, but no, apparently you can use it without inspecting it. Thanks. We have a polluted water vent here, so I hooked up a pump and ran some pipe over here to our teleporter, sending the polluted water to the colony, which was struggling getting enough polluted water for its food. So now this is kind of in a stable situation-ish. We actually should have more, so we have like, what, 15 bog buckets, which needs like 1,000 kilogram per second on average. And this thing here has an average output of 3,000. So we actually have 2,000 extra that we can do something with over on the other planet. We'll figure it out at some point. And I wanted to get into this. So we have here a wonderful spore shit blasting zombie spores into this area. So my plan was, I have a pipe here, which is coming from our chlorine tank. So I'm gonna take this pipe, hook it up. Actually, yeah, chlorine gas is coming, and then we're gonna across the corner here and dig out this tile. So it should not connect it to our main area, but then we pump some chlorine in there to kill off the zombie spores. Sure, we have the chlorine in this area to deal with, but that's less of a problem than zombie spores. Alright, that's number one. Number two, let's remove that. Deconstruct this. Stop the farm here. And I guess then, what do we do with this egg? Probably just crack it. Oh, apparently I'm doing that already. Okay, cool. That then also means we no longer need this, because we're no longer producing brine ice here. We can get rid of this. We can actually get rid of all these electrical circuits. Fifth plate. Some automation here. Get rid of that. Piping. Get rid of that. Ventilation here? No? Okay, cool. Get rid of all of that and clean up this. Yeah, I might just put some tiles into these gaps here to get the liquid out of it. And just make it look nicer here. Flat side. Cool. What else do I want to do? I want to get into this. Then I need some scaffolding in here. That gives them something to do. Keep ignoring the log entries. The other thing, yeah, we have 10 tons of plastic, even though currently we're not producing anymore. So one thing I quickly wanna get up here. Where's my entrance? Down here. Let's get into some public transport, eh? Get a yeah, gold transport tube access point. Give me some nickel conductive wire. We should have some room here on this circuit. 160, yes. I could hook it into the main line. Yeah, let's take this circuit. And then we want probably another one up here. Not the prettiest area. It's gonna be already a pain. Yeah, I think here I'm gonna do the lazy approach. Just hook it into this main power. And then we just need some transport tubes. Shave off a little bit there, that's fine. Wait for this to be deconstructed. Then we have a fast travel option to our industrial area and back. Can't reach these two, so we're gonna need a... No, I think that should be reachable once we have these constructed. And then while we're at it... construct that, and we're also gonna have a drop-off point here. Not a station to launch from, just a station to get to. And that was almost all of our plastic. Okay, we gotta get the plastic production back going. But yeah. So I guess the next step is going to be also insulate that. I'm probably going to then also put proper insulation tiles here. Get rid of all that abyssalate and connect this. So I kind of want to actually do that right now here. So that the carbon dioxide can load down here to our skimmer. So what, we have 26 data banks. Oh, talking about data banks, what about here? We can just also do inspect on all of these. What about this thing? Can't inspect that. Did we not have any other fancy POIs here? Okay. Now the other source is, of course, analyzing geysers. We kind of looked at them, but haven't really done the analysis on any of those. This one is currently dormant, so maybe we do a quick dig it out, analyze it, surround it back with some insulated tiles. And hopefully we're not gonna run into some issues where it just immediately goes active again as we dig it out. I also need to get into this natural gas geyser then. And just trying to get a couple more data banks. That also then means we're gonna... where's the teleporter here? Any data banks we find, I'm gonna send back to the to the other side. And yeah, I started doing something here where I was seeing if I somehow get all the water into a big pool over here and having like this kind of airlock-ish. I'm not sure how to best do this. I probably might need atmosuits here to work underwater. Or we might just dig in from the bottom and make like a floor here. I have some ideas. Okay. I want to use some insulated tiles out of... What are we using here? Kind of running really low on shale, so I kind of need to use some other material. Let's use sedimentary rock, that's fine. This here is going to be a breed chiller. Because up here, we're of course making all the metals, and they're sitting in our nice little steam bath at 170 degrees, which is not the best temperature then to use that stuff, right, in our base. So we want to create something. To just ship them out of here, cool them down to like 25, maybe 30, and then ship them into the base. Probably into our little infinite storage pit. That also means... Stand this. Go to here. In there. Okay. Guess we could just replace that. Mercury here is going to be annoying to deal with. Just... move these background tiles first before I can put a door in there. Bend our little gym here. Just gotta make sure I get the door restrictions. Need to flip them around. Or, you know what's easier? Completely remove access in both directions. And then we can copy it over. Alright, so for this area, let's say we have shipping rails. Well, no. So we're gonna have an aqua tuner with some cool liquids coming in from above to cool this down. Oh, we're gonna have some nickel radiant pipes. Going through this. Something like this. Then we just go insulate pipes. Yeah, we could put the aqua tuner here, I guess.
It is good to see you again.
What's that? Joker Chef, hello, hello. That's the liquid cooling. You know what? Let's just set it up fully. Give me the thermal aqua tuner made out of steel. Just put it. I'd much rather have it here, because I don't want to be too close to the glass forge. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So, usual stuff. Plumbing, we need a bridge. Just gonna go this way around. We're gonna go down, right? This line is going in. This is gonna have the thermal sensor here. And the automation. I guess we just can get some... some power wire in. That's not pretty, but it's gonna work. Actually, while we're constructing this, I think I need to deconstruct that. I'm gonna need some polluted water to fill that cooling pipe. I'm not sure where I'm gonna take that from. I think we still have a polluted water line coming from up here. Yeah. Probably get that in here. It's gonna be a little bit ugly, but not too ugly. It's fine. Now we have a little bit more access to our gym here. This is all fine. I think I'm gonna just do this. This way we should be able to mop up the mercury here, which is gonna be actually quite convenient. Oh, actually, no, I didn't want to use polluted water for this. I want to use nectar, which I have here in these storage tanks. We could just actually, on that note, get a bottle filler. Also still considering the option of building some tiles here to push the magma over. And I hope nobody is gonna get themselves killed while doing that. They're probably gonna do it from down below anyway. Maybe if I deconstruct...
Right on.
Hello, Commander and chat.
Hello there. Thank you very much for 44 months of subscribing. Appreciate the support. Oh god, they're picking up the igneous rock from down here to build the pipes. It's gonna be a problem. Sure, it's fine. It's only 1500 degree pipe. Although it seems like when it's built, it's defaulting to 45 degrees, so that's fine. Nothing to worry about. By the way, did our little chlorine experiment here, what are the zombie spores saying? The zombie spores are saying, screw you. I guess the problem is that there was some other gas in there, right? Yeah, first of all, there's some zombie spores up there that we can't reach, and there's some zombie spores here in this gas vent tile now, because that's where the carbon dioxide is escaping to. Let's see. Be a little bit tricky. There's no way I can dig this out without exposing myself to this. I can dig this out though. Yeah, this is gonna be fine. I have an idea how to deal with the carbon dioxide. It's gonna be a little bit tricky. Let's make sure we're not wasting any more chlorine on this. That should be enough for this. Yeah, 5 different projects at the same time here. Not at all getting a little bit scatterbrained. Never. How's our thing coming along? Thought I set that to deconstruct. Oh, we also need this deconstructed, I think. Can't wait for that to be completed. They're gonna save so much travel time. Okay, if I now say obsidian tiles. Boom, 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 boom. taken that igneous rock from there, but it's fine, right? If the temperature defaults to 45 here and that isn't changing, well, this one is still a little bit hotter, but that's fine. Oh, yeah, we're also starting to research stuff again, right? So why don't we take... Yeah, let's finish off the other... all the tier 3 research. Let me actually also deconstruct this thing. Don't want that here. Too much liquid, that's... Hate that message. Maybe if we give you one more tile here, maybe that's enough to allow us to mop it up. Got more command in. Should be enough to, yes, trick the system here. Frankie really likes doing that. Ah, more of that. It looks like our transportation thing is ready. I should probably check here on the status of this. Not permitted. What do you mean not permitted? Oh, because nobody's allowed to do research. Joshua. Absolutely. If there's something to research, do research. Yeah, I think just to keep everybody here busy, this is gonna be our saltwater tank. We're gonna drop this all the way down here. Oh, it's gonna be a glorious, huge tank. Biggest tank. The best tank. Right, but this is gonna be a slow project since we only have 4 people here, but yeah. Fine. Also, probably we have meteor showers again. What even is dropping there? Is this ice meteors? Oh, slime. With slime lung? That's disgusting. Ah, that's disgusting. I hate dealing with slime lung. That's certainly speeding up that process. I'm not sure why you're picking up dewdips, but sure, whatever. Let's set up a machine, a thing to smash two dips, or just really collecting it because being a sweep only, right? Yeah. I don't know. Alright, this back to this thing. So, shipping. Gonna have stuff from up here. Iron ore should be good enough. Coming into this area. Going onto a conveyor rail thing. Then down here, I'm gonna have a conveyor rail thermal sensor. As soon as this is deconstructed. Conveyor shut off. So basically, we check the temperature. If the temperature is good, it goes through the shut-off out into the base. Again, probably here into our storage tank. If the temperature is still too high, it's gonna go onto another round on the rails. Yeah, so that's the second thing, the first thing we're gonna cool down in this, and then the other thing I want to cool down. Plumbing. Do I need the full? Nah, that's gonna be good enough. So just as prep, I don't know what I'm gonna use it for yet, but we're just gonna have some water, maybe for base cooling, getting chilled down out here in this pool, which is not a pool yet, technically. Kind of debating here. I think I'll also do a radiant gas pipe through this. In case, is there gonna be any gas here that I want to cool down? Not really. I feel like if I don't only have the debris going through it and one water pipe, I'm kind of wasting the potential, but it's fine. It's fine. We can build more coolers in other areas of the base. I'm gonna need power, which we have here, conveniently placed. Probably want to get the pip out of there before we fill this up. What is this? Shipping thermosensor here. Oh look, we got some magma contact again. I think I'm gonna do one more here. You're coming down here. That should be fine. Oh, we actually... Yeah. Low to get out. And already that in here. How'd you go? You're trying to tell me something. Now we gotta get the insulated tiles in here. Kind of bleeding already a little bit too much. Man, that is rising very quickly in temperature in there. So I kind of want to corner build that. Actually, do a high power there. So I'm gonna build some tiles here, then build the insulated tiles across the corner, and then the same thing on the other two. Flip that around. Right. You complaining you don't have an output. Alright, I think we're just gonna immediately run you this way, this way. Builds, get insulated tiles in there and there. No. And I hope that's good enough to keep our temperature in here so we can keep growing the trees. And at the same time gives us some room here to do something else with this area. Actually, talking about this area, let's deconstruct these walls. Don't really serve a purpose anymore. Up here, let's build, fill up the cooling loop with some wonderful nectar. Nectar. Auto bottling, and then they should bottle it up here, bring it up there. Saves me a whole lot of pipe building. What are the achievement runs? Totally tubular. Already? We just built this thing. Yeah. Research also complete. Contamination shower. I don't think I've ever built one, but hey, let's just research all the things. Meanwhile, we can also let this correct up again. We're gonna heat up our little sauna here. New printables. Anything? Yeah, that's what I thought. Of course it erupts while we're analyzing it. God damn it. It's fine. But maybe we should start building some insulated tiles around it. Well, we cook the whole area. That one's still over pressure. Where was the other one? We had one up here. Rising pressure. And then the natural gas down there. Was it just the four vents we have on this planet? Yes. Meanwhile, if we do anything else, just gonna get some insulated sandstone tiles. Ladder there. Then we're gonna dig out this whole area up to here and then eventually drop the water down. Well, close it off and then drop the water down. We need to close it up first. Might be enough room for that water. I don't know. Maybe we can let the bead drop the bead, and then close it off while the water is coming down. It might work. Alright, so this is done. I wanna sweep the rest that's in here. I wanna get the critters out of here. You know, let's relocate you to somewhere else. You're in the wrong part of town. Yeah. Most importantly, the pip. Although I'm sure we're not gonna accidentally drown them. as we fill this up, yeah. Fills it up. This thing actually have nectar, yeah? Logical, the only one who can dig that, and that's why it's not getting dug. It can't be right. Alright, over here, we're gonna allow Mercury to get in there, and we're also gonna do a good old temp shift plate Mercury. It's the fastest way to get liquid into this place. Oh, hang on. Just say you switched here. Stoppen by. Extending our gym options here. No, I also don't think we need mesh tiles here. It's kind of a waste of material. Let's take regular tiles, but make them out of granite. Them here. Got this ladder. If this ladder rung, I don't think we need ladders here. Although I kinda... This here be our ladder rung. Deconstruct these ladders. Deconstruct a lot of this and then put floors in at the right heights so that match up with this. I have some plans for this area. Sweetheart. Meanwhile, is our zombie spore situation here? They're still holding strong because there's carbon dioxide in that tile. We're gonna have to allow it to drop. Make a little path here. Tricky. I'm gonna need some room here to build around this, but yeah, one step at a time. I like doing projects in 5 different locations. Anyhow, here we need to get our plastic production back online, so we're gonna need a plant pulverizer with the cool skin over there. Give me a liquid reservoir right next to it. Insulated pipe. And that is our resin pipe. Right. Let's also increase the priority on this. Kind of want to get these filled here on all of this. Yeah, we're gonna get a lot of those now, building melted. That's fine. That's the whole idea of what we're doing there. Basically just a fancy way of getting a lot of mercury into this pool without having to carry bottles. Stem shift plates, that's always 800 kilograms. Alright, over here, you're gonna do amber to resin, wherever. Thank you very much. How much room do we have here? 17? That all being said, though, this is not gonna be enough, right? This is not gonna be enough to fill this up. We need to get more mercury, which we could get here, dig in and out some more, I guess. Don't want to dig this out, because those are natural tiles we can still use for planting with the pips, if we ever want to plant more nectar trees here. Talk about the nectar trees. Got a piece of pipe here. Why are you building this from... That's not a very logical thing to do. I guess we can't reach there. Okay, maybe it is a logical thing to do. Probably gonna need, yeah, a ladder there. And then if we need more mercury, I guess somewhere up here we could get it. There's a whole pool here. We just deconstruct these two ladders. And hopefully nobody's gonna get stuck on the other side when I do that. Jesus! Okay, we got a little bit of mercury over here. Yeah, let's get a pitcher pump in this. Okay, over here. Cooling loop. Like 3 empty spots. If I put another bottle in, it might overfill. I don't know. I should also totally tell you, make sure, send a green signal if this whole thing is getting above 30 degrees, I want to say. Game doesn't like that I'm using this little method here. It's constantly building melted, and yeah, well, that's the idea. That's why we're doing it. Alright. We still got plenty of nectar, so I shouldn't be too concerned about the loop here. Maybe we can... Okay, so we have... that might already be enough. No, it's not moving anymore. Serious? I guess we can remove one blob or extend the pipe one tile. Good luck extending it one tile. We can extend it 2 tiles, I guess. But yeah, we can definitely deconstruct this. Deconstruct that. Deconstruct this ladder. Oh, also since we're getting some magma back in here again, I think I will close this off. Now, did we dig out the remaining mercury? We did not. Part of the problem is that most of our diggers can't get in here. I'm just gonna allow logical, even if he gets a little bit chilly in there, it's fine. He can get in there. Also, temporarily, I'm gonna allow Sonia to go in here to finish the art. Let's sweep up this. Alright, meanwhile, Wima, upper project. Alright, so I want to be able to delete that carbon dioxide. I'm gonna build some tiles here, dig out this abyssalite. That might actually already be enough then for the carbon dioxide to drop in here. And then we can overbuild it with a tile. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, we also rapidly running out of water here. We're gonna need a new pump down here in this pool. Gonna need some power. And some plumbing. On this wire that it's so... Okay, this gas pump, the loader, this liquid pump. That's fine, right? Yeah, I wish I could run the power wire through this. That would save me a little bit material. Downside is, now that the desalinator is no longer sitting in a pool of water, it's gonna heat up a little bit more. Yeah, it's probably the next project, getting some sort of cooling mechanism here, so we can cool this, and have a little bit more of a steady water supply. But, you know, one crisis at a time. Okay, we should have some more mercury that we can throw in here. Barely enough for what? 4? I guess. Yeah, that's of course not buildable because this. We're gonna have to rely on bottles of mercury being filled up there and then brought all the way down here. That's gonna take a little bit. What's in the blueprint thing of a book? Nothing. Also, the sulfur situation I completely forgot about. Yay, we analyzed the thing. I'm just gonna close this up and forget about it. And have a quick look. That one's idle. This one's also idle. Okay, now one problem here, by the way, with the plastic, we constantly, at the moment at least, still have to sweep that because plastic is over time gonna melt in the temperatures that are in here. So yeah, there's one more reason to just get some auto sweepers here in there that pick up the plastic, pick up other stuff. Probably the glass. I don't think I can get that with one though. And just throw it on the conveyor, chill it down in our little pool over here, and bring it to the base. But yeah, one problem at a time. Oh, this one ran out of things to do. Wow, thanks so, buddy. Yeah, I think you do 99 more loads of nickel. Also got a bunch of mercury up here. It's not necessarily much closer than this, but I guess we can carry more in a load when it's still solid. Let me just do this. And also get a ladder in here. And that allows us to at least dig up these 3 tiles. Got salt water again. And yeah, this is overheating now because I made it out of nickel and because it's no longer in a pool of water. But hang on. What can we do here? Well, I guess we can deconstruct you and make you out of a different material. That's also kind of just a temporary solution, right? So yeah, let's think about this here. It's got to be an aqua tuna thing. Maybe you can just fancily put it in here. Oh, Vendril, hello, hello. Steam turbine on top, aqua tuna in here. And then similar to this, I guess. Like a chill thing. And then we can route this water through. Not sure how what we do with the steam though. Probably gonna need yeah, first of all, okay. Starway. 15 different things to work on. Give me another liquid lock. We're gonna lock that in. We need a detour now. Make ourselves a liquid lock here so we can get into that steam room to work in there. I wonder if we can already start using this. I mean, with like 2 tiles touching the pool. I think we need to fill it up a little bit more. Do we have some more mercury that we could put in there? 10,000? Okay. Research done. Next research. That is the last tier 3 research. Over here. Quick check. This is locked in. This sulfur solidified. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, little slickster. He did not see the warning signs. Construction in progress. Yeah, this is still overpressured. Okay, we can take this now. Get it all the way down here. That all dug out. I'm gonna need a bit of scaffolding here. Damage overheated. 160 degrees. Okay, so this is not gonna work. First of all, how important is it? This is the water for our oxygen supply, but it's still fairly full, that line, right? We can't reach that. Gonna need, ideally, probably some salt water to fill that up. Salt water and some regular water. So maybe we just be lazy about this. Get this constructed before it completely breaks. Right, meanwhile, We have so much chlorine, carbon dioxide in there. I was hoping we would mostly have... Maybe we can connect that again? Overpressure. Fighting for that last tile. Should also totally low priority sweep all of this. Deconstruct this. This is nonsense. If I put a pitcher pump in here, we need to get a proper pump in here anyway. Nah, okay. For now, one step at a time. Pitcher pump's going to be faster solution here. Right. Then we're gonna deconstruct these two. I'm not sure if this whole plan here is gonna work, but we're gonna try. I just don't want to deal with the zombie spores. Starvation? I don't think so. You're just being lazy. One thing I need to do here probably, or want to do here rather, is fill in these gaps.